Jesus, known as Isa in Arabic, holds a place of high esteem in Islam. He is considered one of the most important prophets sent by God. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, confirms his status as a messenger of God. It narrates his miraculous birth, his divine mission, and the wonders he performed by God's permission. Understanding Jesus within an Islamic context requires recognizing his role as a precursor to the Prophet Muhammad. Both prophets form part of a continuous chain of revelation from God. They preach the same fundamental message of monotheism and submission to the one true God. Muslims revere Jesus as a prophet of God, born to the Virgin Mary. He is not considered the Son of God, as in Christianity. Instead, Islam emphasizes his humanity and his role as a messenger. The Quran rejects the concept of the Trinity. It affirms that God is one and only one. This essay will explore the Islamic perspective on Jesus, focusing on his miracles and his significance as a prophet of Islam. We will delve into the Quranic narratives of his birth, his miracles, and his role as a precursor to the Prophet Muhammad. The Quran dedicates significant passages to the miraculous birth of Jesus. Mary, a young woman of purity and devotion, received news from the angel Gabriel that she would give birth to a son. This son, despite being born without a father, would be a sign of God's power and a mercy to humanity. Mary, though initially surprised, submitted to God's will. The Quran emphasizes the purity and chastity of Mary, highlighting the divine nature of Jesus' conception.
Indeed, Allah gives you good tidings of a word from him, whose name will be the Messiah, Jesus, the Son of Mary.
This verse clarifies that Jesus' lineage is traced solely through his mother, Mary. It emphasizes that his existence is a divine miracle, a testament to God's creative power. The Quran further narrates the astonishment of Mary and her people upon Jesus' birth. From his very first moments, Jesus was marked by the divine. The Quran recounts the miracle of Jesus speaking from the cradle, defending his mother's honor and proclaiming his prophethood. This event, a testament to God's power, served as a sign to those present that Jesus was no ordinary child. He was chosen by God to deliver his message.
He, Jesus, shall speak to the people in the cradle and in manhood, and shall be of the righteous.
This verse highlights the extraordinary nature of Jesus, demonstrating his ability to convey God's message even as an infant. The miracle of speaking from the cradle served as an early indication of Jesus' divine appointment as a prophet. It underscored his role as a messenger chosen by God to guide humanity. The Quran attributes several miracles to Jesus, performed by the permission of God. These miracles were not merely displays of power, but acts of mercy aimed at alleviating suffering and demonstrating God's compassion. Among these miracles were the healing of the sick, including the blind and the lepers, and the raising of the dead. These acts of compassion served as signs of Jesus' prophethood and his connection to the divine.
And make him a messenger to the children of Israel, who will say, "Indeed, I have come to you with a sign from your Lord, in that I design for you from clay, that which is like the form of a bird. Then I breathe into it, and it becomes a bird by permission of Allah. And I cure the blind and the leper, and I give life to the dead by permission of Allah."
These verses highlight the divine nature of Jesus' miracles, emphasizing that they were performed by the will and permission of God. One of the most striking miracles attributed to Jesus in the Quran is the creation of birds from clay. This miracle, performed with God's permission, demonstrated Jesus' ability to transcend the laws of nature. It served as a powerful symbol of God's creative power and Jesus' role as his messenger. The creation of life from inanimate matter underscored the boundless nature of God's power.
I design for you from clay, that which is like the form of a bird. Then I breathe into it, and it becomes a bird by permission of Allah.
The Quranic account of this miracle emphasizes that Jesus did not create life independently. Rather, he acted as a conduit for God's power. This act served as a powerful testament to God's ability to grant life and to the unique relationship between Jesus and God. The miracle of the table spread with food from heaven is another significant event in the Quranic narrative of Jesus. This miracle occurred when Jesus' disciples, seeking reassurance of his prophethood, requested a sign from God. In response to their request, a table laden with food descended from the heavens. This event served as a testament to Jesus' divine connection and a reminder of God's ability to provide for his creation.
And remember when the disciples said, "O Jesus, Son of Mary, can your Lord send down to us a table spread with food from heaven?"
This request, born out of a desire for reassurance, led to a miraculous display of God's power and mercy. The descent of the table served as a tangible sign of God's favor and a reminder of his ability to provide even in the most extraordinary ways. The Quran presents a different perspective on the crucifixion of Jesus than that found in Christian tradition. According to the Quran, Jesus was not crucified, nor did he die on the cross. Instead, God raised him to heaven. The Quran states that it only appeared to Jesus' enemies that he had been crucified. This difference in understanding stems from the Islamic belief that prophets of God are protected from such a fate. The Quran refutes the claim of Jesus' crucifixion, stating, "And for their saying, indeed we have killed the Messiah, Jesus the son of Mary, the messenger of Allah. And they did not kill him, nor did they crucify him, but another was made to resemble him to them. And indeed, those who differ over him are in doubt about it. They have no knowledge of it except the following of assumption, and they did not kill him for certain." Quran 4, 157. This verse emphasizes that God intervened to protect Jesus from his enemies. The Quran emphasizes the interconnectedness of prophets, highlighting that they are all part of a continuous chain of revelation from God. Jesus, in the Islamic view, is seen as a precursor to the Prophet Muhammad. Both prophets preached the same fundamental message of monotheism, submission to the one true God, and the importance of living a righteous life. Their messages, though revealed at different times and in different contexts, shared a common core. The Quran states and mentioned when Jesus, the son of Mary, said, "O children of Israel, indeed I am the messenger of Allah to you, confirming what came before me of the Torah and bringing good tidings of a messenger to come after me, whose name is Ahmad." But when he came to them with clear proofs, they said, "This is obvious magic." Quran 61:6. This verse highlights the connection between Jesus and Muhammad, with Jesus prophesying the coming of a messenger after him. The Quran also speaks of Jesus' second coming, a belief shared by both Muslims and Christians. According to Islamic tradition, Jesus will return to earth near the end of time. His return will usher in an era of peace and justice, correcting falsehoods that have arisen and restoring the true message of God. This belief reinforces the importance of Jesus in Islamic eschatology. The second coming of Jesus is seen as a time of great significance in Islam. It signifies the ultimate triumph of good over evil and the establishment of God's justice on earth. Muslims believe that Jesus will descend to earth at a time of great turmoil and strife. His arrival will herald a period of peace and tranquility, during which he will rule with justice and righteousness. Jesus, or Isa, holds a unique and significant position within Islam. He is revered as a prophet of God, born of a miraculous virgin birth. His life, marked by acts of compassion and stunning miracles, serves as a testament to God's power and mercy. While the Quranic narrative of Jesus differs from the Christian understanding in some aspects, it consistently emphasizes his role as a messenger of God, a precursor to the Prophet Muhammad, and a key figure in the unfolding of God's plan for humanity. His second coming, anticipated by Muslims worldwide, represents the hope for a future filled with justice, peace, and the ultimate triumph of truth. The Quranic account of Jesus invites reflection on the universality of God's message and the interconnectedness of faith traditions. It reminds us that despite differences in interpretation, there exists a shared heritage of belief in the divine and the importance of striving for a just and compassionate world. Jesus' legacy, as understood and cherished within Islam, continues to inspire millions to seek knowledge, practice compassion, and submit to the will of the one true God.